Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and I thank the honourable member for asking this question. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me first begin with the International Day of Sign Languages that will be celebrated across the world today. And I'd like to acknowledge our interpreters here who provide the parliamentary services, as well as all those intervention centres and services that are provided to ensure that we are able to bridge the communication gap which our hearing impaired Fijians are facing with. To give some statistics, Mr. Speaker, say we have close to 3,818 members in our population that have hearing impairments. Of course, I cannot give an ethnicity figure, but I can give you a male and female figure. We have 225 males that suffer from hearing impediments, and we have 1,673 females. Thank you, and we will be talking about this more tomorrow as there is an end-of-week statement on rights of the disabled in our communities. Mr. Speaker, sir, coming back to the question about the update on the status of the upgrade of the Golden Age home in Lambasa, this relates to the older persons who have been neglected or pushed out from their families into the streets and into our government residential homes. Of course, apart from the 3 government residential homes for older persons, we have NGOs and other church-based organizations which look after our elderly who do not have a home, or who have a home, but unfortunately their families don't want them for reasons. And this is actually a very sad state of affairs, because I believe a society should be judged by how it treats its vulnerable people. And here we have an example of 182 people who are living in the 3 government residential homes and 62 people who are living in the other NGO provided services. I strongly believe that the older persons have exactly the same rights as any of us here, and particularly even if they're in a nursing or caregiving home, they equally deserve to be treated the same. They must be allowed to age with respect and dignity, and that is what this government is all about. Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to inform the August House that government is committed to the safety and well-being of our elders or older persons in this beloved country. The proportion of older Fijians aged plus 60, I would use it, comprises of 10.6% of Fiji's total populations. Out of that, as I mentioned, we have I stand to be corrected here, 118 in our state homes and 64 in other homes. The recent profiling that we did for our beggars in the Central Division, Mr. Speaker, say there are close to 50 people who actually live on our streets. And the latest profiling we did, we had 5 out of them who were quite old. And the efforts of the police, I must thank the police for the efforts in assisting us, and of course the social welfare officers and the beggars unit, we placed 5 of them back with their families. Sadly, after staying with their families and getting medical attention for a small period of time, they switch back to the streets. And any of us who are traveling across the streets and see them sleeping on cardboards and makeshift home is enough to melt our hearts. My request and my plea has always been, these seniors deserve to be with their families. And when we actually sit and talk to them, Mr. Speaker, say, not only do we come into tears, but hearing their stories and seeing them cry, how they miss their families. Some of them are sick, some of them are mentally unstable, some of them have lost their ability to earn a living. And that's where the government social pension scheme kicks in. Mr. Speaker, say, so we look after 3 state homes for the elderly. One is in Samambula, and the other one is Natambua, and then in Lambasa. And now we are calling them Golden Age Home, as we believe that these seniors need to age in facilities that give them comfort and they provide them with all their needs. So it is for this reason that the government has embarked to upgrade and renovate all the 3 state homes. And we started off with Lambasa. To address the question again, this is a $4 million project. The Golden Age Home in Lambasa is a $4 million project committed by the government, and this is to build a new Golden Age home and, of course, upgrade the home in Lambasa. The project is on the verge of completion. Should borders open as planned, we will be able to officially open the new home in 2 months' time. And while the new home has been in progressive, the elderly there are still taken care of in the other buildings that is provided there. This budget gives us 1.7 million towards the completion of the construction work, and 0.2 million is being allocated to furniture, fittings, equipment for the Golden Age of Mombasa. Mr. Speaker, the Fijian government administers 3 state-administered aged care homes, and these homes are built for comfort and convenience. And it will take me another 10 minutes to say what all it has, but I can assure you that these homes are built, cyclone certified, and in full comfort and convenience states. I'd also like to acknowledge our frontline workers and management in all state care facilities in Suva. Thank you for the sacrifice to ensure that prevention, response, and recovery measures are maintained at all times. Our aged care sector has been fortunate that despite having COVID-19 active cases in some of our homes, we have not lost any of our elderly citizens to that. And that is because of the COVID-19 protocols that were strictly monitored in these homes. We have 100% recoveries, and we are appreciative of the overwhelming support to the aged care sector during this pandemic by our Board of Visitors. Mr. Speaker, in particularly the recent development, the Ministry wishes to relay its gratitude to the Government of Australia via the Vuvale Partnership for its timely assistance to provide 0.3 million to our 3 aged care homes in Fiji. And of course, we have other homes, as I mentioned. So 6 homes will benefit by having additional human resources through this Vuvale Partnership on site that includes more caregivers, housekeepers, laundry heads, cooks. And this is in agreement with the Ministry, the Australian Government, and the TISI Sangam as recruiting agencies. Approximately 112 qualified and vaccinated staff are due to be mobilized to all these homes soon. I can assure the House that the government since 2013 has created a game changer to bridge the gap in relation to establishing a specific social protection program for older persons in Fiji. Currently, we have a budget of 55.3 million, and this is administered as a monthly allowance of $100 to 43,134 older persons above the age of 65. This is in who live in community and family setting, and this is an allowance that we pay to them on a monthly basis. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, I'd also like to acknowledge the countless private sector associations, families, and individuals who, despite this hard time, continue to freely give support to my ministry, to the vulnerable sections of this society. Before I take my seat down, Mr. Speaker, I urge all the MPs here, all the ministries, that it is our responsibility to advocate for elderlies to remain in their home settings. And it would be very encouraging as we go back to our villages, our settlements, and when we have our Talanoa sessions. There's a lot of talk about Talanoa sessions, and one of the Talanoa sessions I would like you to have with your communities, with your advisory councillors, is to see that there's no abuse for the elderly within their homes. Any abuse should be reported to us, and of course, the social welfare services then kicks it in. So I thank you.
I thank the Honourable Minister. We will move on to the next oral question for today.